So the playlist is actually generated by iNews. The playlist comes through the MOS gateway and is written via our MOS gateway into the IP director database. So all the user has to do is look for the playlist called 5 o'clock rundown. They load the 5 o'clock rundown and instantly all the clips are populated. Now as the users within iNews, as the producers float elements, as they move elements around, what we start to see is the user interface, the clips will disappear, they'll reappear, they'll reorder, but the actual IP director player operator is doing none of that. All they're doing is pressing play. The video is playing, so we'll see the A line will say playing. As soon as it hits the 0 mark on the remaining duration, it pauses, just a brief pause so that there's a freeze frame at the end, just in case the vision mixer hasn't mixed off yet. And then after that, it will cue the next clip available. If it's been playing on A, it will cue the next clip on A. If it's been playing B, it will cue the next B clip, and so on. So all the end user is doing is pressing play, maybe pressing pause or requeue or whatever, but the actual interface is all controlled from iNews, apart from the playout.
Okay. So I guess the future, where we're going to from here, so we're, as I mentioned, currently installing other HD EVS newsroom facilities in our other locations worldwide. The central London one's going in at the moment. Washington's been in for a few months, and Jerusalem's going in towards the end of the year, and we hope to, with lots of high-speed connectivity between all these locations, be able to fully synchronise them, and once again WAN acceleration is key in that. And the next steps, we're talking with EVS now about sort of having web front ends and the ability to manipulate and look at playlists and look at content from any device anywhere is very important to what we want to do. So throughout this project, I think the whole thing worked pretty well. We had a couple of challenges. Within Final Cut, we had some interesting moments where we originally started off with copper connectivity to all of our edit suites, which worked well with all testing, and we had a full mimic newsroom built at the facility in EVS in Liège, where we simulated 200 workstations, 16 edit suites. We did all this testing, and we had robots running overnight to make sure that the loads were all okay. Unfortunately, when we went and launched, you can never quite simulate how a newsroom operates on an election day. And this caused us a few challenges, and the basic problem was the way that Final Cut interacts with a SAN when you're doing an AFP share, which is the protocol that Apple use. AFP shares going onto a high availability SAN don't always allow you to transfer data in the way that you like. You can get the throughput, but some of the responsiveness, especially when you're dealing with multiple streams of HD video, just don't work out. So over the last few months, we've actually migrated all of our edit suites across to a fibre-based connection, and using Apple's XSAN and the EVS backend storage, which is a highly available, highly redundant storage pool. And we've used some very, very specialised cards from a company called SNS, storage network solutions, that allow us to access this high availability storage via fibre. And since that's been in, which has been a number of months now, everything's run very, very smoothly. Our journalists are happy, our edit suites are happy, our head of news is happy. So you can't really ask for any more than that. I don't know if you wanted to add anything else, Alex.
Not particularly, no. I mean, that was probably the biggest challenge, was working out the fibre aspects of the edit suites, and just making sure everything was okay. I mean, I think the IP director rollout for the clip compiler, I think the biggest challenge that we faced there was training more than anything else. It was a brand new interface for 400 plus users, and inevitably they click the wrong button or they do the wrong thing, and that was the hard thing. We're on site more than anything just to help people. You need to click here, you need to click here, I think was one of the...
And just teams of people walking the floors for the first couple of weeks, just answering questions was quite key for us. So we're going to throw out questions if anyone has anyone.